People often ask the question, is the American dream dead? I believe the moment we stop dreaming, we might as well be. Hi, I'm your host, Craig Sewing, the creator of American Dream TV, a national TV show centered around real estate, lifestyle, and culture. A real show showing you real neighborhoods from real professionals. Today, we're going to take you all across the country, showing you why we live in the greatest country on the planet. Let's get this show started right now.
From coast to coast, it's not just about houses. It's about how people live, work, and dream. These streets hold stories. These homes hold hope. And the people, they're the heartbeat of something bigger. This isn't just real estate. This is the real America. One neighborhood at a time. Welcome to your neighborhood. Welcome to the American dream.
Hi, I'm Mary Cooper with American Dream TV, and we're at the Studebaker National Museum here in South Bend, Indiana. You know, I grew up in South Bend since I was about 10 years old, and I had heard the name Studebaker, but I had never really understood the impact that that name had on the community. I read it in the history books, I saw the building names, I saw the street names, but it wasn't until recently when I realized that the church that I had attended as a child, St. Paul's, and then actually got married in, was built by Clem Studebaker. Now all of a sudden, it's a little bit more personal to me. Today we're going to step inside the Studebaker Museum, and we're going to learn how one family had such an impact and influence in the South Bend community, and how that influence is still relevant today. Today I'm with Pat Slabonic. He is the executive director of the Studebaker Museum right here in South Bend, Indiana. So Pat, tell us a little bit about the history of the Studebaker family and how it was really impactful at the time of its beginnings.
Yeah, so the Studebaker Museum tells the story of the Studebaker Corporation and related industries and people in the South Bend area. And the company started as a very humble blacksmith shop in 1852 in downtown South Bend. The company quickly grew and became the Studebaker Brothers Manufacturing Company. They went on to become, by 1890, a company that had manufacturing and assembly and distribution on 6 continents, which is literally all around the world. And that really was a major economic driver for our community here in South Bend. You talk about what caused people to move here. A lot of times it was Studebaker jobs, and Studebaker was a booming town during that industrial era. They had manufacturers like Oliver and Singer and Studebaker all working together to recruit people. And that's why European immigrants came here, and also Americans migrated here for the fantastic jobs. And that really shaped our community today. Wow,
that's amazing. Such variety, such diversity. What about the impacts on the families during that time?
Studebaker was an incredible company for shaping our community. They not only provided benefits like being able to build churches in our community, hospitals that improved daily life for people in South Bend, but they also had companies, and so they had things like employee rec leagues that whole families participated in. They had the Mary Ann Club, which was for female workers at Studebaker to do good in the community, and they had a whole bunch of different organizations like that. They had an employee newsletter, the Studebaker Spotlight, which we still have in our archives today, that tells the fantastic stories and the life events and updates of a number of the Studebaker employees every month.
So what about the Industrial Revolution? What impact did Studebaker have at that time?
So the Studebaker Corporation is a tremendous story in part because it was the only manufacturer to successfully transition from producing horse-drawn vehicles to automobiles. And that, if you think about the technological changes that happened over the course of that company's history, starting as a 2-person blacksmith shop, at its peak of non-wartime manufacturing, having over 24,000 people on an assembly line producing cars and trucks here in South Bend. It is a company that had to keep up with technology and shape technology, and it was certainly an important part of what was the cultural forces that were happening in our country all around us right here in a microcosm.
So if someone visits the museum today, what do you want to embellish in their heart? What do you want them to walk away with?
I hope that it's a sense of surprise when they leave here. Studebaker was a profound company that spread over 100 years of transportation history and over an incredible era of change in our country. I think a lot of people come here knowing the nostalgic cars and the wonderful automotive history we have here, but I hope that they leave with a sense of awe about what this company was and how it impacted the entire shaping of history over the last century.
Very good. Well, thank you, Pat. This has been absolutely enlightening, and appreciate everything that you have taught and expressed to me today.
Yeah. Thank you for joining us. Yeah.
Yes. You know, growing up, Studebaker is just a name. But after being here, you realize that it's so much more. You realize that it's about the buildings, the churches, the people, the opportunities that drive so much in the everyday life of South Bend. You know, funny thing, my parents back in the day were into cars. They were race car drivers, and it's probably where I got my lead foot from. I've always loved fast, sleek cars. But after being here today and connecting all the dots, I realize that it's not just about the cars. It's about the people, the visionary, and the legacy that drives so much here in the South Bend community. I am Mary Cooper, and this is the American Dream.
Welcome to Carmel. This thriving suburb just north of Indianapolis offers unique attractions for everyone. Today, you'll experience the Japan Spring Fest, a vibrant celebration of Japanese culture right here in Carmel. This unique festival features authentic Japanese cuisine, entertainment, and live performances while honoring the special relationship between Carmel and the sister city of Kiwachi and Mago, Japan. This is Andy Liechty, your host of American Dream TV, selling Indianapolis. Let's enjoy some traditional Japanese cuisine fused with old-fashioned Hoosier hospitality. We're talking with Evan Kreitzer, the co-chair of the Carmel Sister Cities, is that right?
Yeah, so president of Carmel Sister Cities organization and then co-chair for the event today.
Okay, well, I gotta tell you, you throw a killer party, Evan, right? But I know it's not just you, it's a lot of people, right? So talk to me about kind of how this started.
Yep, so we've had a sister city with Kawachi Nagano, Japan for the last 32 years now.
Okay.
And then about 2-3 years ago, we thought, hey, we really want to do something to celebrate the culture of Japan here. We knew we had this beautiful garden and we thought, let's do a festival.
Yeah.
And then last year, the city came to us and said, hey, we want to do it.
Yeah,
now.
That's great.
We're like, okay, let's give it a go. And it was incredible. I mean, last year we had 50-degree weather, rain, a 3-hour event. And we still had 3,500 people show up.
I mean, that's it wasn't as ideal as today.
Oh, no, we had 6 minutes.
Nobody knew about it, right?
I waited an hour for it. Yeah. And all the vendors sold out of everything. We're like, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
So then we were like,
Today, how many vendors today?
yeah, like 17 food and drink. There's been numerous other vendors as well.
Sure, yeah.
I couldn't tell you that 40, 10.
Sure.
But we were kind of expecting maybe on the order of 10,000, and looking around today, we probably hit that and then a few.
How do you envision this kind of growing and expanding?
Yeah, you know, our mission all along has been, first and foremost, we want to promote Japanese culture.
Sure.
Right? We have a strong relationship with our sister city in Japan. We want to respect that, and we want to teach people about that.
Sure.
Secondly, we want to support that culture here. We want to support local performers. So we have 7 performers this year. I think we'd expand next year.
Sure.
Maybe start bringing in some more regional performers as well. And then we also want to support local businesses. So we have just 5 drink vendors in and of themselves.
Okay.
Some of whom this is the first time they're out here doing a festival.
Sure.
Some of them are brand new businesses. You know, I think it's a beautiful opportunity to come to a small city in the middle of Indiana and in a flyover state and see there's this beautiful Japanese world-class garden. I haven't even mentioned that. So
I know
that's the other thing this year. So this is updated by a world-renowned, truly the best Japanese architect for this kind of thing. And so we have a world-class setting for it. And just an incredible opportunity to experience the culture without having a passport and having to buy a plane ticket. You come here and have some ramen, enjoy the drum groups. It's really a unique opportunity. There's nothing like it.
We're meeting with Mitsu Shimiya, Carmel resident, and one of the big key people in helping kind of get this off the ground. So Mitsu, tell us about how you're uniquely qualified, I guess, to talk about the connection between Carmel and the sister city.
Yeah, I'm probably one of the very few people, if not the only, that have actually lived in both our sister city, Kawachi Nagano in Osaka, and Carmel. I've been a Carmel resident for 4 years, but when I was a baby, for my first 18 months of my life, I lived in Kawachi Nagano, so I'm proud to say I've been a resident in both places. So I just want the audience to know that if you haven't noticed, we have a great sister city relationship. This festival is really a commemoration of not just Kawachi Nagano and Carmel, but Japan and America working as one. We do a lot of great things together. We do many things in education, economy, business, manufacturing, and I think it just celebrates all of that under kind of one big event. So we're proud to be able to help run this, and we hope to do this again next year and the year after and many years to come.
Carmel Spring Fest is more than a celebration. It is a bridge connecting two cultures and communities. From its humble origins to ambitious future plans, Carmel looks to continue to honor and grow its relationship with Kawachi and Gango. We hope you come out and experience the traditions firsthand. For ADTV's Selling Indianapolis, this is your host, Andy Liechty. Thanks for watching.
Just west of Indianapolis, there's a community that blends heart, history, and opportunity in a really special way. Today, we're in Greencastle. One of the first things you'll notice when you get to Greencastle is just how charming and walkable this town really is. Greencastle is also home to DePaul University, a nationally recognized university that brings energy, culture, and opportunity to this already vibrant community. And what I love most about this town is how people show up for each other. Because behind every great community are the people making a real difference every single day. Greencastle isn't just a place to visit, it's a place to belong. What they're doing here at Beyond Homeless is truly changing lives, and it's a powerful reminder of what community is all about. Hi, Leah. Good, how are you?
Good.
Thanks for having us today. I'm here with Lee Durbin, the Executive Director of Beyond Homeless here in Greencastle, Indiana. Lee, thanks for having us out today.
Thank you for coming, and thank you for wanting to learn more about us.
Oh, absolutely. What you're doing here is super important, so I'm excited to learn more.
Thank you.
Can you tell us a little bit about Beyond Homeless, what you guys do, and how you impact your local community?
First off, thank you for having me.
Oh, absolutely.
It's been a pleasure. Back in 2011, the Away Home Shelter, which was a co-ed shelter here in Greencastle, it closed. After it closed in 2012, business leaders and community leaders got together and started researching ways to help meet the needs that were growing in the community. And out of that research, they found that the fastest growing population of individuals experiencing homelessness was women with children under the age of 6. Wow. So that was how Beyond Homeless kind of came to be. Beyond Homeless is an emergency shelter for women and children, but we're more of a homeless services provider. So we do much more than just shelter women and children. When people think of a homeless shelter, a lot of times they think of a sleep shelter, which is you go in at night, you get a bed, you get a meal, you might get a shower, and you get up at 6:30 the next morning and you leave and you take all of your things with you. Ours is not that way. So ours is more of, we're teaching them those life skills, how to be resilient and stand back up. And I tell people, I don't want people to survive when they leave here. I want them to be able to thrive. Yeah. And I want them to be able to take those tools that they learn and be able to apply them long term. We don't have a shelter for men, so we work really closely with churches to make sure that any single man or even a couple, a family that is experiencing homelessness has a safe space to stay. And so over the years that has grown. And in 2014, when they first started the program, I think that they only paid like $291 in homeless services assistance that year. As of December 31st of 2025, we have paid out more than $158,000 in assistance, and that's to keep people in their homes with rent and utility assistance. That's also short-term stays.
What keeps the spark alive for you?
Oh, I get really emotional when I talk about this. I'm really sorry.
Yeah, that's all right. I might get emotional with you.
My husband and I, we lost our oldest daughter 10 years ago to breast cancer.
I'm so
and
sorry.
One of her visions in life was to build a Patch Adams style compound. She loved that movie.
That was a good one. That's a really good one.
She absolutely loved that movie, and she wanted to be the Patch Adams compound queen. She wanted the compound where people in need could come get health care, they could come get food, they could come do laundry, they could do all of those things. And while she was undergoing chemo, when her cancer came back and she relapsed, we only had her for 4 months. But in that 4 months, she started using her own money to provide for an organization in Indy called IWIN, and it's Indiana Women in Need. And it's an organization that helps women with chronic illnesses, and it provides basic essentials, but it provided gas cards and Uber visits and Lyft to doctor's appointments and stuff like that. She was very, very committed to that. And when she passed away, it was one of those things where I was working at a corporate nonprofit. You know, we were giving back in Indy.
Yeah.
And the company got acquired, and over the course of the next 2 years, the foundation that we were running was dissolved, and I got laid off, and I landed here. And it was just that, you know, I can do what she needed. Like, that was, you know, bring her vision to life. That's what keeps me going.
Yeah. So you're like living your daughter's legacy out.
I'm trying.
Keeping her alive in that way.
I'm trying. And I'm trying to keep my husband's legacy alive too. When I lost him 2 years ago, he was a big fixture around here. He was my handyman.
Thanks again for showing us around, giving us a little bit of backstory, and just telling the world what you do. It's important work, and we're glad you're doing it.
Thank you so much for having me.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Here, nestled in the rolling terrain of Hendricks County, lies North Salem, a town that doesn't just remember its history, it breathes it. I'm Nathan Failer, and welcome to the next episode of American Dream TV. Okay, we're here in the town of North Salem, Indiana, sitting with Bill Compton, who's the current president of the North Salem Town Council. So Bill, tell us a little bit about how you got to North Salem and how you got to be the town council president.
Well, I moved to North Salem area in '81. My wife's family was from North Salem.
Okay.
And over the years, I've just been involved with various things as far as committees on the, with the old-fashioned days and revitalization. I actually got it started. And I don't know, I like to serve, and that's just been my calling.
Yeah.
And so I ran for town council. My wife was president of town council before. So yeah, it's I guess it runs in our family.
I was gonna say, yeah, well, we need those people with a service heart, that's for sure, to do things like that. So there's also some really cool festivals that happen in North Salem as well, right? You got a spring one coming up and then one in the fall.
Right, May 30th, we have our Strawberry Festival down at our town park.
Oh, fun.
We have about 30 vendors. We have a local band, the American West Band is very popular.
Okay.
And a lot of strawberries.
A lot of strawberries. So what would you say is something that makes small town life in North Salem enjoyable? What's really what people enjoy living here?
I guess the thing that I'll go back to with me is I've always felt like no matter what I need, I can get it here. It doesn't matter what I need, somebody will help me. It's peaceful. The small town living is wonderful.
Bill, well, I really thank you for your knowledge and taking the time to sit with us here today. And we wish the best to this great little town and look forward to maybe coming back for the Strawberry Festival here in a few weeks and to old-fashioned days in the fall.
We'd enjoy that.
Yes, awesome. Well, thanks, Bill.
Thank you.
You're welcome. McLeod Nature Park is the crown jewel of the Hendricks County park systems. Behind me is Big Walnut Creek Bridge. This bridge was originally built in 1913 and is a 100-foot truss iron bridge. It is now one of the most photographed spots in Hendricks County. This historic bridge spanning Big Walnut Creek is a 120-foot long, 8-panel war and truss bridge that originally served as Pulaski County Bridge 15. It was built in 1913 for vehicular traffic to cross Big Monon Ditch on County Road 700 south in Pulaski County, Indiana. But after the county abandoned the road, the bridge sat neglected for about 30 years. It was scheduled to be cut up and sold for scrap in 2006 when renowned Indiana bridge historian Dr. James Cooper of DePaul University asked John Camden of John T. Camden Construction Company to dismantle and store the bridge. Camden purchased the bridge from Pulaski County for $10. So we got to commune with nature and really build up an appetite. So now we're back in downtown North Salem at one of their infamous restaurants, Perillo's. I hear the chef knows how to cook up a mean pizza. Let's take a look.
North Salem has been good for me, I have to say. Not a, sometimes I wonder this and that, but overall I've been here for 15 years. As Italian, I eat anything. But I like pizza. I like pizza. I eat a pizza every day. Us at Perillo's, we're still pretty reasonable. You know what I mean? And we cut our cheese here. We make our sauce here. That's how I cut my cost. We make our dough ball here. I always joke around and say you can taste the difference between fresh made or something that has been refrigerated and frozen for a while and then all of a sudden becomes somebody's meal. Now, pizza butter slices always has been in the menu. Since that, I used to work, for example, like I told you, Luca Pizza, Enzo's, I worked for Giorgio's Monument Circle, I worked for Frank's Place. So, the quick lunch bite always has been the slices. So how can you, for example, sometimes you get people walking in here, says, I only got 20 minutes, you gotta get in and out. So we created for beginning right away the pizza by the slice. It was easier, something quicker. But yeah, it sells a lot. Especially on an old-fashioned weekend, I never really count that much, but I can guarantee you there are over 5,000 slices. People counting on that. Believe it, because we've been doing this now 15 years. Every day we try to make a few bucks and put it back in the building, and stretch another 5 years.
Thank you for joining us on this segment of Small Town Life, where we explored North Salem, Indiana. Look forward to seeing you next time on American Dream TV.
Hi, I'm Rhonda Herford, your host of The American Dream. And today I'd like you to come with me just 2 miles out away from Coons Lake. We're at Swan Lake Golf Resort in Plymouth, Indiana. I want to introduce you to Mike Hyde, the general manager of Swan Lake. Hi, Mike.
Hi, Rhonda.
Beautiful day.
Sure is.
Why don't you tell us just a little bit about how this Swan Lake came to be?
Sure. In 1940, the original owner, Mr. Swanson, was gifted 100 acres of a chicken farm as his graduation gift.
Chicken farm. So everything we see out here used to just be a chicken farm.
It did, yeah. 100 acres. Now we're almost 500 acres.
So in 2020, there were lots of renovations going on, different things.
Correct, yeah. In 2020, new owners took over. So many improvements all around the resort, not just on the beautiful golf course, but all around the resort.
Okay, well, tell me just a little bit about what some of those other items are.
Yeah, so improvements and changes to our restaurant, to the hotel portion of the restaurant.
Added some other accommodation?
Accommodations. We've got villas, we've got cottages, and then regular improvements throughout the hotel all over the place, including our ballroom, just recently renovated. So tons of improvements.
What about if I'm not an avid golfer? Is there anything for me to do?
There's stuff for everyone. But yeah, so the restaurant we've talked about, a Chop House restaurant. We've talked about our lodging accommodations. We've got cabins in the back. We've got RV spots.
Okay.
You can do fire pits. You can do cornhole. You can do pickleball.
but I can come out and just enjoy a drink at the bar, or I can have dinner. You have workout facility?
We do.
There's a couple of swimming pools.
Yep, 2 swimming pools. One's open all year round. The other one's in outside, which is obviously seasonal here in Indiana. 2 hot tubs, whirlpool, stuff for everyone.
Okay, so I know we've got stay and plays. They all come out here. But if I have a bigger group and they want to come, or a family, we've got something like the Fairway House that we're in.
We do. We actually are in the Fairway House. The name was a pretty easy choice, right? It's on the backside of the Black 18 Fairway. This is great for family reunions, for birthday celebrations, for Mother's Day, Father's Day. Bring the whole family out. This is a great accommodation for them.
Wonderful. And there's, besides this one, then we have others that would accommodate larger groups as well.
We've got villas and we've got cottages.
Wonderful.
So you bring their family, we've got a room for them.
So we're actually in the indoor pool right now with this gorgeous view. And you have an outdoor pool as well.
We do. View is the best, isn't it?
It is. I love it. It's absolutely gorgeous.
Yeah.
And then we actually have some seating outside if you wanted to have a picnic or whatever.
A nice area to gather as a family with your kids.
Perfect. And then in here, we've got a couple of hot tubs. I see the workout facility.
Yeah, our fitness room just got all brand new equipment within the last year. And then 2 hot tubs have been remodeled this year as well.
Nice.
So I told Mike I wanted to hit the links, so I thought, it'd be a great time to spend a little bit of time with you and talk a little bit about what the course has to offer.
Sure. Yeah, it's great to be with you. Thanks, Rhonda.
So we have the black and the silver golf courses here at Swan Lake Resort, and they're both different enough, but similar as well. Both great golf courses, championship 18-hole layouts, unique features about our golf courses that are different than anything else you might see in Indiana and the Midwest. There's a lot of water features, and that's a little bit unique. And golf courses are in tip-top shape from start of the year to the end of the year. Very rewarding, but fair golf courses. They'll challenge you, but yet they're fair at the same time. They're really a lot of fun to play and always in great shape.
Chad, thanks again for hitting the links with me and let me at least pretend I knew what I was doing. And,
you bet. It was great to be out there, play some holes with you. It's always great to play golf at Swan Lake Resort. So
thanks, Mike, again for showing us around the facilities and all that Swan Lake has to offer.
Thank you. Appreciate having you.
And it's a pleasure to be here.
Thank you.
Thanks for joining me today at my home away from home at Swan Lake Golf Resort. We're located just 2 miles away from Coons Lake, and it's a great hangout. I'm Rhonda Herford, your host of The American Dream. Until next time, see ya.
Hi, I'm Tracy Ridings, and your host of this segment of American Dream TV. I cannot wait to introduce you to 2 women whose mission is to change lives. They're offering hope to children and families 1 room at a time. Welcome to Zionsville, Indiana. I'm here with Amy and Kelly of the Gold Ribbon Collective, and they are going to share their story with us. So tell me, how this organization came to be, and give us a little background story on your nephew and how he shaped where you are today.
Well, our inception kind of started as I was sitting on the couch in the middle of COVID, thinking, I need to donate my time. I need to be able to give back in some way. And I found my primary inspiration was my nephew, who unfortunately passed from Ewing's sarcoma, which is a pediatric cancer. And I've always had a love of design, been a design hobbyist. And I thought, I want to find a way to give back to individual pediatric cancer children. So the idea of remaking their bedroom, giving them a safe space to come home to, for them to recover and heal when they're constantly in and out of the hospital, was just kind of a combination of two great elements from me personally as a way to give back.
And Amy, how did you get Kelly involved?
So Kelly and I became acquaintances and now friends through our children. I roped Kelly and her husband Jeremy, who are incredibly talented contractors and designers, and said, you guys have to join me because you've got the talent and all the tools and all the elements that we need to get these rooms done in an incredibly efficient manner that we do.
Yeah, Jeremy's full of skills and does his own remodel stuff full time. So, and I have a passion for design just like Amy does. So I also had the time, and getting older, I wanted to give back. So they asked us if we wanted to form this lovely nonprofit, and here we are.
You're not just redesigning a room, right? You're giving the child a new daily experience. What does that mean to you? And I mean, obviously you take it very seriously. So give us some background or some information.
These children go through such a hard time, right? Having cancer is a family process. The whole family's going through it. So we want to give the child some hope, a place to go back home to recover in that is comfortable for them, that they love. You know, we ask them what their dream bedroom is, and we give that to them with a wow factor to it.
Hey Kate, so tell us what your role is in this transformation weekend.
Yes. I'm just a volunteer. So day one, I do a lot of the unpacking of the boxes. We'll kind of separate everything depending on what they need. So whether we'll have a paint pile or all the electric, everything's kind of sorted out that way. And then day two, my main job is the balloons out front. So that takes a couple hours, and then I'll do all of the inside decor, like the helium balloons, and then setting the table and getting food prepped for the family. And then other than that, it's just kind of whatever they need.
Hey Teresa, how's it going?
Hey, good. We're kind of in that crunch time.
Yeah, so tell me, what is it like when you are up against a deadline? You only have, what, a day and a half or?
Yeah, about 36, 40 hours, I think. It gets easier each time. I've done a few bedrooms with them, and they're here since the beginning, and each time gets easier because I think the group we have, everyone knows kind of their role and they know their strengths. Like Kate is super into the details. Amy and Kelly are really into the details. I'm kind of more of a worker bee. I'm like, give me the task, tell me what to do, I'll go do it. I love to sand, I love to paint, like clean, sweep all, and then I'm always like, okay, we gotta start cleaning the stuff out, we gotta get it out of here. It is really super fun and rewarding, it really is.
Thank you for joining me at American Dream TV here in Zionsville, Indiana. Until next time, keep celebrating the communities that inspire us and make America shine.
I hope you enjoyed today's episode of the American Dream TV. We created this show to combat negative media, to show that the American Dream is alive and well by showing you real stories in real neighborhoods. Thank you so much for watching the show, and cheers to your American Dream.